Hello my beautiful people, you are welcome back to today's tutorial. Excuse me. How you guys doing? Thank you friends for your love and your support. I love you all and God bless you all. And please, if you are new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button, and also please turn on your notification bell so that each time I upload a new video you will get notified. God bless you all. So my wonderful people, in today's class I'll be showing you guys how to make a shirt collar. Is really simple and beautiful. So what we have on our table is our pattern paper. We will draft it first before transferring to our collar state. That's our interfacing, which is this. Okay, so let's quickly get started. So before then, you can see what we have on our table. There are different pattern of shirt collar. Okay, so this one you can see is just straight this way. Can you see? But this is pointy, so it depends on your preference. So I'll be drafting the boat. I will show you guys how to achieve the boat. It's really simple. So another thing you have in mind, for instance, the neck round measurement. Guys, your neck measurement is 15. So at the end of the day you should be having 17. You can see, because 1 inch here, 1 inch here, which is this part, that is the flap, the part we fix our buttonhole, and also the part that we fix in our button, can you see, is usually 1 inch. Yes, so this is it. This is the part. So let's quickly now put all this aside. So it's two-step collar. You can see what I mean is this is a collar that has like a stand. Can you see? You see, can this, what I mean is this is separate. It's two parts, which is this and this. Okay, from here to this point, what you have is 1.5 inches. Can you see? You could decide to work with 1 inch, so it's just optional. So another thing is this. You can see this color we have here also is a bit curved this way. It's not straight. So collar is usually shorter at the midpoint. Yes, at the middle of your back. Can you see? It's a bit curved this way. So these are things we are going to work on right now. So let's quickly now put all this aside and get started. So you can see our paper is in two fold. So the neck measurement we'll be working with is 16 inches. From here to here is 16 inches. So let's quickly do that. So our neckline now is 16 inches. That neck measurement is in two fold. So 16 divided by 2, since it's in two fold. And note, whatever we're working, you won't be adding same allowance. The same to our interfacing, which is our collar stay. So we'll do that while transferring to our fabric. So it's now into fold. Now we draft exactly 16 inches, which is the length, the neck measurement we'll be working with. So it's 8 inches. Can you see? I will place it this way. Now that I'm done with this, from this 8 inches I place, I will now still place my tape this way to find the midpoint, which is 4. If you are working with 10, for instance, you find the midpoint, which is 5. Okay, so you can see from this point now, a step up by 0.5 inch. We decide to work with 1 inch. Can you see? But don't go more than that. Can you see? So from this midpoint now, we'll quickly take my ruler now to connect it this way. From this 0.5 inch, connect it to meet this point, this 4 inch, and blend it properly. Can you see? But this now is our neckline. Can you see? Let me just trace it out so you guys can have a better view of it. Can you see what we have now? But for those that will step it up by 1 inch, you can as well do with that, but don't go more than that. So now that we're done with that, you see this part now, the first step of our collar, you know, it's two steps, which is this. The one that serves as our collar stand, you place it this, you can see. What you have here now after sewing is 1.2 inch. Like what I said earlier, can work with 1.5 inches, but don't go more than that. I'll be working with 1 inch. So from this point, I will step up now. From this point now, 1 inch this way, 1 inch. Can you see? 1 inch, 1 inch. So if you are working with 1.5 inches, so you connect it as well to meet the midpoint, that's the back neck of your collar. You can see. So before then, we have to, it's now a bit curvy this way because we step up by 0.5 inch. So we have to be sure if our measurement is still intact. Okay, so you place it so you can see now. So it's about 0.2 inch. Ignore my marker. So this is it. So we'll take our ruler now to connect it now. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? Connect it this way. Can you see? So from this point now, we'll quickly connect that 1 inch, that part that serves as our collar stand, to meet this way. Can you see? Can you see what we have now? So when we're done with that, from this point now, we want to make a big curve this way, which is this. Can you see? So we just step in now, just by 0.5 inch, 0.2 inch this way. You can do with free hand, like what I did just now. Can you see what we have? Can you see it, guys? Can you see? So now that we're done with this the collar stand, I will connect this way to place the collar height, which is this, the length. If you look at it, as I said earlier, it's just curvy this way. So here now you could decide to work with 2 inches, 2.5 inches, or 3 inches, but don't go more than that. So you can see, so now from this, remember it's into fold. Can you see what we have? So this part now, this is the part that we fix in our button, or which is this. Can you see? Is 1 inch. You can see it's 1 inch. Can you see? So I will step in now from this point. Can you see? Place it this way. Can you see what we have? Let me place it properly. This is 1 inch. I will trace that 1 inch to this part. So from this point now, I will place my collar height, that is the length of the collar I'll be working with, from here to here. I'll be working with 2.5 inches. You could decide to work with 2 inches or 3 inches, but don't go more than that. Can you see? So I will place my 2.5 inches. And you see what we have? But before then, let me quickly now connect this. From this point now, can you see what I'm doing, guys? From here now, I will connect it to meet these 2.5 inches. Can you see? This now is just that 1 inch, which is this part. Okay, which is this also. Can you see? This part. So I will also place 2.5 inches here. Excuse me. 2.5 inches here. 2.5 inches here. 2.5 inches here, and connect it straight. Can you see what we have? So for those that want this pointy type, can you see? If you want this, you just make it blend it properly, you are done. But if you want this pointy one, can you see? We will step out by 0.5 inch, which is this. I'll be working with this. So I will be stepping out with just 0.5 inch this way. I will extend this line and take my ruler to connect it to meet this part. Can you see? This way. Can you see what we have now? This is just it. So as I said earlier, you can see his curve is that is at the midpoint is deeper, that is shorter at the midpoint. Okay, you can see it by yourself here. It's shorter. Color is usually like this. So you see what we have is longer here. What I'm trying to explain is shorter here. So I will quickly come now. Remember, it's into four. This is our midpoint now. I will place 2 inches here. Remember, we are working with 2.5 inches. So I'm subtracting 0.5 inch. So I'll be placing 2 inches here. Can you see? Let me place it properly to these 2 inches. I will take my ruler now to connect it this way. Can you see? Can you see what we have? So while cutting now, this part now, watch guys, this part will be going off. This part is not needed. So I will cut out this, which is this, and cut out this. So let's quickly now cut it out. You can see I've taken the form already. So let me quickly now cut it out. So you can see, guys, we are done cutting it. You can see you have taken the form already. So now we have to quickly now introduce our collar stay, that's our interfacing. So we'll be cutting it exactly what we have here. I repeat, my fabric that I'll be working with, let me quickly introduce it as well. This is the fabric. So I will cut this is our interfacing, just one. We'll be attaching it to the part, the wrong side of our fabric. This is the part you should attach your interfacing. That is your stay. This is the part, not this side outside part. This is the wrong side. Okay. So we'll put it aside. So we'll cut this just one. Please, that's our stay. But the fabric, we cut it into two pieces. Like this, our fabric, we having this one too, and this too, and we'll be adding same allowance, which is 0.5 inch round. So let me quickly cut it now and show you guys. So this is the fabric we're working with now. I have to quickly fold it now. Remember I said we having this for a better view, so I'm doing it on the right side of my fabric. And you see, place it properly this way. Because we'll be cutting this into two parts. So I will place it. Can you see what I did? Please make sure you cut out your collar properly. Not mine. It's the table that is obstructing me. So you place it this way. Remember, I said we'll be adding 0.5 inch round. Yes. But why so we'll be sewing at the tip that is before our collar. Okay? That's our interfacing. But we have to replace, first place that 0.5 inch. Let me get my chalk. Let's trace it. So 0.5 inch round. So I'll quickly adjust this part. Okay, so I have 0.5 inch here all round. So I will place it 0.5 inch this way. Let me quickly use myself to support it. 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch. Can you see? 0.5 inch round. Okay, for the same allowance, 0.5 inch. Can you see? Okay, 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch. This says as our same allowance. So let me quickly cut it out. We also do the same here into two pieces. We'll mark out 0.5 inch round. So let's quickly cut it out. So guys, you can see we are done cutting it. Can you see what we have now? This is what I was saying. 0.5 inch round. This is just same allowance. While stitching, we stitch before our stay. Can you see? We will not stitch on it. This is the white part. We'll stitch at the back this way. So this 0.5 is just for same allowance. So this is it. This one is 2 now. And you see, this is it. So now we're going to quickly move over to our sewing machine to stitch on it now. So we just follow this 0.5 inch this way. This is how we'll be stitching it round. We won't close here, but we're using this part to turn it this way. So this part now, but one thing you have in mind, you can see, let this part now is here, the wrong side, the inside of our shirt. So this is the part we'll be adding this our stay, that's our interfacing. So this is the part. Why this part now is the down part, the outside part, which is this, the right side. So now let's quickly move over to our sewing machine. So we are over to our sewing machine. So by the time you place, this is how it should look like. Can you see now? It's now 2. Can you see what I'm doing? The right side facing the right side. So we want to quickly stitch it now. We will not be stitching here close, because this part will be adding it to the down part. That's the first step, the one that starts at the collar stand. So we'll place it on our machine this way to stitch now. We will stitch it this way before the white, that is our stay, our interfacing. So make sure everything sits properly. So I will stitch now. I'll back stitch. Can you see? And you see, so now You see what I've stitched on that part? Don't remove the machine needle. Raise it this way so I will not miss the part. So everything will be straight. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm stitching before my interfacing. You can see. Can you see? So place it properly. So this 0.5 is just for the same allowance. And you see what we have now. So at this point now, I won't remove it. I will still do this exactly what I did. I will place it this way to stitch before my stay. So I will stitch it this way. I will back stitch. So that is it. So I will cut out this part. Make sure you don't cut on your thread. Cut it this way. And you see, notch it round. Can you see? Notch it this way. So before I forget, though I've said that before, the part that you iron to your fabric, like what I did here, is the shining part. That the part that has the glue. That is a, can you say this part, the shining part, the part that has the glue is the part that you iron to your wrong side. Okay, that's what I did. Iron to stick to it this way, you know. So this part, so that's why I said let me quickly introduce that before we turn it in. So this is how it should look like when we are done. So we have to quickly now turn it in this way gently, and you see what we have. And you see, turn it this way, gently do that. Take our scissors to make sure to turn everything properly. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? And make sure you give it a very nice press, please. I can't do that right now. Can you see what we have? Can you see how relaxed it is already? Can you see? So you can see. So now that we are done with this, so we have to quickly now top stitch. You will top stitch by 0.4 inch or 0.3 inch. Yes, so we top stitch just to make sure everything sits properly. For this part now, you could try to top stitch with 0.2 as well. You can see what they did here. This very one, the top stitch at the tip, you can see. So this one, so this part, what I'm trying to explain is optional. See, they came in by about 0.3 inch. You can see. So you could decide to even run two straight line stitch here. Yeah, especially when I'm making a rugged wear. Okay, so you could decide to run a double stitch here on this line. So we want to top stitch now, straight line stitch here. But before you do this, make sure you iron it. Okay, please give it a very nice press. I can't do that right now, but at the moment I can still work with it. On it now to top stitch it now. So I will place it this way, back stitch. You see. So before we stitch on this, I did the same thing here. I use the part that has glue for the collar, so that's our interfacing. Remember the 0.5 inch we added as the same allowance, you can see. So for this partner that has this stay, you can see is there. Don't forget that. Ensure everything is in order. You see the part now is this part. Make sure the both sides are facing each other. You see what I'm talking about? So I'll now quickly now stitch on it this way, this 0.5. So by the time you fix everything now, this part you are seeing here, guys, is the part like this. Can you see? We'll just stitch it on neat. You understand? That is just it, to have that neat finishing. Can you see? This is how it should look like when you are done. So now that we're done with this, remember it's 1 inch that we came in with here. 1 inch. So we want to quickly now place it this way. Turn this one, this down, the first step, the one that starts at the collar stand. So check, like what I said earlier, the part that has this interfacing, you have to check to be sure is this part. So this is the wrong side, it starts facing the wrong side. So you place it, watch closely guys. You place it this way. See what I have now. Turn it this way for a better view. Place it this way. So this part now is the part that has that glue. Open it to be sure. You see? It is. So place it. Make sure you place it properly. Remember, we came in here by 1 inch. See? So this 0.5 inch, this 0.5 inch you have here, just the same allowance, stars are the same allowance. So I will place it properly this way. Remember, the down part we also added 0.5 inch. So with this upper, this first step, this one that starts as collar stand, 0.5 inch, you will work on exactly the same thing on the down part. So your own, just adjust it, measure it this way to make sure you're on the right track, because it's not proper that after stitching you'll be losing it. So it will be sure if on the right track, that 1 inch. So adjust it this way, 1 inch to be sure. Place it properly. Sorry, can you see? 1 inch. You measure from the interfacing. Okay, let me adjust it. Sorry. You see, we have exactly 1 inch here from the interfacing here. We'll stitch around this way. So I want to check this other part too. You see, it's exactly 1 inch as well. So now this part now, I will place it this way now. Can you see what I mean? I will place my hand on it to secure it. So I will place this part this way. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? That is the right side, like exactly what you did here, the right side of this part facing the right side. I will place it properly this way. Hold this firm, or you can pin it down. Pin it down. You know we have measured it. We're on the right track. Pin it down this way. See what I'm doing? Pin it down. You see, now I've pinned it down now. So I can easily control it now. So I will place this other one this way. Can you see what I have now? Can you see? So I will turn it like this, guys. Can you see? Because I've already pinned this part down. So I will adjust this down part. So it's now easy for me to control. So I'll be stitching before they stay this white part. I will not stitch on it because we added that 0.5 inch round. So let's stitch now. Watch closely. Let's see properly. You back stitch. And you see what I'm doing, guys? That curvy part, make sure before you make that curvy shape, make sure everything relax properly so that you have a perfect neckline when you are done. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? So I'm stitching now at the tip before my stay. You can see. Let me adjust my camera. I'll shift my machine this way for a better view. You can see what I'm doing, guys. So I'll quickly now remove my needle. I will stitch this way. But please, before you do all this, make sure you give it a very nice press, please. So you see? Can you see what I'm doing, guys? So I will check if I'm on the right track. So I will place everything properly. You see? So I will stitch now. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? At this point now, to make it curvy this way, make sure your machine needle is inside for making any turn over. So now we're done stitching. Can you see what we have? So before then, I want to quickly trim out all these parts. Can you see? Can you see what we have? Notch it as well. Notch it round. Can you see? I will notch it now. Can you see this part now? Trim out all these unwanted parts that are not needed. Can you see? But while notching, be careful. Make sure you don't notch on your thread, your stitch. Just a bit closely, but don't notch on it. Can you see? So now we're done. I will turn it this way. Wow, can you see? Make sure everything blends properly. Yeah, I have a little shortage here. Supposed to be exactly what I have here. See? So make sure you have that 0.5 inch here. So this is it. You can see now this part now. See, this part is that 0.5 inch. We're using this part to attach it to our dress. Can you see? So now we have to now to stitch it as well this way. But before you do this, give it a very nice press. I can't do that right now. So it's exactly what we did on the upper part. Of stitch it. Place it this way. You see what I'm doing, guys? Our collar shirt is ready, guys. It's very simple. So people, we are done. So this is how it should look like when you are done making your shirt collar. But please make sure you give it a very nice press. I did this all through. Without that, I can't do it right now. So in process of pulling it to make sure it lasts properly, you see my fabric, I pull it. I have a shortage here, so I'll be losing it. I will replace it with another fabric because I actually will be making use of this collar. You can see. But by the time you finish stitching, you should have that 0.5 inch allowance that you added on the down part. You can see the upper part, which is this. We will just be placing this one on the shirt when we are done stitching it on this, just to stitch on it. That is why most times if you check collar shirt, you see that we have two lines, which what we have here. This one you're seeing here is this. While the second one will be stitching on is this second one. Can you see? So I will lose this part to make sure I cut out this down part to have that allowance I used to sew around my shirt. So I was trying to pull to make sure it lasts properly. So see my fabric is pulling out. You can see it's pulling out. You can see. So but this eye should look like the way this part is. I didn't pull this part. You can see the 0.5 inch is still very intact. So this part now will be facing our shirt the wrong side, which is this. While this part that do not have stay on it is the right side. Can you see? So please guys, if you find this my video interesting, click on the like button there, and also please, if you have questions, drop it on the comment section. And please, if you are new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button there, and also please click on the notification bell so that each time I upload a new video you will get notified. I love you all. God bless you all. I remain Chi Living Signature. Bye for now.